All right, we're gonna show you guys some really cool techniques and baits to use for the month of June for up north, because I feel like everybody that does these, top 5 baits in the month of, they're all down south. So let's have a look at those now. Up north, things run a little bit differently. So we're about a month or so behind most of the southern states, and I feel like most of the guys that do these type of videos all live in, Tennessee, Florida, all those type of states. Up here, things are different. So we're gonna start with, I'm not gonna put a number on it, but we're gonna throw you guys a couple of baits that are gonna work for both smallmouth, largemouth, and yeah, we're gonna have a look at them now. For this time of year, I like to start by covering water. And one of my favorite ways to do that is with a soft plastic swim bait. So a K-Tech, a Doe Live Shad, Bark Shads are another great one. We will generally use just a standard swim bait head. So this is the Nishine Lure Works Smelt head, one of my favorites. We talk about it all the time. Another great way you can throw it is gonna be on an Okashira screw head. If spy baits are working and maybe you just wanna throw a soft plastic bait, this is a really cool little reminiscent of that. Has a nice great wobble to it, pairs up amazingly with a Spark Shad. This combo is deadly all year round, so this could make another appearance this year, who knows, but this is a great one. And then if I'm in thicker grass and I'm maybe in pencils, stuff like that, I will go with an Owner Flashy Swimmer. So this pairs up great with all these as well. You're just gonna have that little bit of an underspin blade, a little bit of an extra drawing power. This is a really cool one, and like I said, weedless. So this is the only one out of all these that I'm gonna show you that is truly weedless. But another one that I've been throwing the last couple of years that has kind of really taken over my early season stuff is the Megabass Waze Swimmer. This has a brush guard, so it's technically weedless. It's not ultra good at that. You guys know if you guys throw in with a brush guard, it helps, doesn't always make it better. But if I'm in and around cover that's not thick grass, this is my guy. I like throwing a swim jig, especially in the last couple of years. You guys probably seen the other video where I was explaining that chatterbaits are getting less and less effective for me. This is another little hack in betweener that I use because you still get a little bit of flash from blade. Has a great skirt on it, amazing head, and still has that brush guard, so it helps clean things up a little bit. So swim bait is gonna be my #1 way to start in June. So this is a perfect segue into the next one because it's kind of a hybrid of the two, and that is going to be the Megabass Sleeper Gill. This guy came out last year, ultra popular. Was it last year or the year before? 2 years ago. This has been over 2 years, that's crazy. This was one of the most hype baits I've ever seen in the entire time I've ever been in the tackle industry. A really, really cool little swim jig, it is a swim jig, but this really cool swim bait that also doubles as a jig. You can toss this in around docks, treat it like a jig, just skip it up and in. It's 3/4 ounce, but honestly, fish is a lot lighter than that, I would say. Because the brush guard is hidden inside of the fin, you can really put this into anything. It never gets hung up. The body collapses great, has a great hook, really good hookup ratio. If anything, and you're finding that maybe you're missing a few, you can bend this hook up a little bit. We do that sometimes, but this is a great little in-betweener of the two that we're gonna talk about. So definitely check out the Sleeper Gill from Megabass. Available in a ton of colors. If you have any type of bait fish forage in your lake, they have a color for you in the Sleeper Gill. So check this one out. From that, we're gonna look at the Texas rig. If you're up here at all, you have to be a good Texas rig fisherman. Those are just the facts. There's a ton of grass, ton of ledges, ton of laydowns. These are gonna be the 4 baits that I'm gonna go into. Weight them based on the depth of your water and the fall rate that you want to present these in. I really like the Bellows Gill. This is the 3.8 version. It's available 2.8, 3.8, 4.8, no 4.8, 5.8. And then you also have the Bellows Shads. Those are really good ones. The other one that I like in the last couple of years has been the Depths Cover Scat. Again, available in a bunch of different sizes. These have every color you could possibly imagine. Check those out. The Doe Live Beaver I don't know how you beat a Doe Live Beaver. If I'm in and around rock and I'm throwing a Texas rig, this is my first one that I go to. Available in 3 different sizes, 3, 3.5, and 4. If I'm in and around rock at all, these undulating arms here will come up over cover. They make a perfect imitation of a crawl in defensive position. They'll kind of fold up and over the body. You can see that there. Amazing, amazing bait, especially if you're in and around rocks. And then this is the classic. You guys know what this is, the Reaction Innovation Beaver. #1 all-time beaver bait. Color-wise, I keep it pretty simple. I'll go with green pumpkins, dark colors, and then I'll also go with kind of shrimpy colors, so like a grayish, silver, those type of colors. That's kind of where I'm at with the Texas rig fishing, so check those ones out. You can also throw these on a jig. All these will work great as a jig trailer, other than this guy probably. Texas rig's definitely gonna be a good one for this type of year. Catch a ton of fish. They're in that grass right now, so that's a cool one. Okay, next up, this works smallmouth and largemouth, but it's kind of known as a smallmouth technique. It's going to be the spin bait or spy bait. Specifically, this color, I like the 80. If you're in a bit deeper water, the G-Fix is about a gram heavier, so it's gonna have a little bit faster sink rate. It's gonna get you down there a little bit better. The fish up here are gonna be pretty shallow when we're allowed to fish. I will take this guy, I'll just cover a ton of water on the flats. I'm gonna get hooked up with them, and if I can see them, I'll throw back out, and if not, I'll kind of follow up with something else. So this is a good, really good search bait for me this time of year, and it's honestly probably one of the best months until the fall where the spy bait really kicks in. If I could only have a couple colors, I mean, gold perch is obvious. Shiner's a really good one. Any Wakasagis, BKIU is an amazing color. So check out the spin bait. Available a ton of sizes. If you just use the 80 and the 80 G-Fix, you're gonna cover everything. That's for right now. At the end of this month, perfection is coming. Last but not least, I'm gonna suggest to try the Wacky Rig. So, pretty standard stuff. You take a little O-ring here, one of these guys. We have a couple different brands. Exo makes a good one. You're gonna slip it over the middle of this. You're gonna put your hook through the little O-ring. You're gonna let this thing go out there, and it's just gonna kind of fall down like this. Fish can't stand them, catches them year round. You can see on the elites, all the guys are targeting fish with a Wacky Rig in some form to catch them with forward facing. This time of year, it works really, really good for me. A couple that I really like, obviously the Gary Yamamoto's phenomenal. This is the Dual Realis Wriggle Stick. So they come in a bunch of different sizes, bunch of different lengths. This is an amazing one. Tournament Crawler's an amazing one. OSP MMZ is one of our favorite all time. This is going to be the Bellows Stick. This is another great one. This is good for Nico rigging. Nico rigging, I'm gonna kind of pull that in with this. You can grab these little Nico hacks, and that will basically allow you to wacky rig anything. You can wacky rig a bellows gill, you can wacky rig, literally anything you can think of. You can stick these little Nico hacks through the middle of it. It's gonna kind of act as one of these and let you hook into this instead of the plastic. You tear the plastic all up, it's never fun. I'm gonna link rods for each of these in the description, give you some real recommendations. I'll even put some color recommendations in there. I think we can do that. Can we do that? We'll figure it out. We'll do that. So try some of these techniques. This is one of the best months for us to catch them. They're in post-spawn, unfortunately, for the most part, but up here in Canada, these fish have not seen a lure in, what, 7 months? They're pretty dumb right now. If you guys aren't into these techniques, let me know in the description one that you guys like to use. If there's maybe something that's working great for you, maybe you're a crankbait guy, maybe you're a jerkbait guy, top water. I know I'm probably gonna get hated on for not including top water in here. I like top water in July, it's my thing. So definitely check out the one for next month, and yeah, try some of these baits. There's some really, really cool ones. I'll talk to you guys later.